Hey, welcome to Talk Tuesday. If you've been here before, welcome back. This is your first time. Talk Tuesday is our weekly segment where we go over tips to help you enhance your finances. I'm Coach D. I'm your budget coach, and I help high achieving women reach and exceed their financial goals while still enjoying life in the process. And my goal is to help you to find balance between your budget and enjoying life because I want you to do both manage your money and still live your life because that's important. So today we will be focusing on planning for major life events. So first of all, welcome to October. So October is financial planning month. So all this month we'll be talking about financial planning in some form. So I have my little topics for the month. So I'm going to just run through what we're going to be talking about so you know what to look forward to. So like I said, we're going to kick it off with today talking about financial planning for major life events, right? The next week we'll go into planning for retirement. We want to think about that. We want to think about that. We don't want to wait till the last minute. No, we don't. Because waiting till the last minute, what leaves us unprepared and leaves us to only, have a little bit when we could have had a lot. So stay tuned for that for next week. The week after that, we'll be talking about planning ahead for holiday shopping. Now, we definitely should have already started that last month. If you're on my email list, I gave you some tips last month on that, so you should already have a head start and be doing some things. If you're in my community, the Financial Freedom Mastermind, we had a full class on that last month. So you guys know what's going on with that as well, but stay tuned for that. That will be our third week of the month. We'll be talking about our third Tuesday. We'll be talking about preparing for financial planning for holiday shopping. After that, we were talking about planning ahead for vacations. So, at this time of year, we should be considering our vacation for what? Next year. So, that's what we'll be discussing the fourth Tuesday of the month. So, come tune in for that as well. If you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe to the channel. We go live every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern, and we go over a different topic. Every month, we have a different focus. Every week, we have a different topic. So, if you're just tuning in, definitely go back. There's lots of videos to watch. If they're not in the main video area, definitely look at my live area because I go live every Tuesday. I've only missed, I think, one or two so far this year, maybe even just one. I'm not sure, but there's a lot of videos to watch because we're already in October. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Uh, and then for the last Tuesday of the month, we'll be discussing just financial mistakes to avoid in general. Mistakes in general to avoid. So definitely come for that because we're going to go over some mistakes that you could be making so that you can stop making them. If you're not making them, that way you learn them so you don't even make them. So definitely tune in for that. We're going to be talking about that. Let me know in the comments. Let me know one of your financial goals for this month because this is the beginning of the month. This is October 3rd. We should already know our financial goals for this month. So write one in the comment. You don't have to get too into it if it's something private, but just let me know in the comments what's one of your financial goals for this month. I would love to hear about it. On top of that, what else? What else? And you know what you can do? Let me know where you're tuning in from. I love to see that. I love to see, just, being on YouTube, just to seeing, all the different areas people are reaching out from or tuning in from. If you're watching a replay, hashtag a replay in the comments. All right, so we're going to get into it. So if you see me looking over here, I'm looking over here at my little notes. But so we're going to go over 5 tips or 5 steps of planning for major life events. So step number 1 is to identify your major life event that you want to plan for. So, different people have different stages in their life. They might be focusing on different major events. So you could be someone who's planning ahead for your wedding. So that's something exciting. You got to plan ahead for that because that is a big, big cost. You have to think about so many things. There's so many different moving parts. You got the venue, you have the food if it's not included in the venue, you have decorations if that's not included in the venue. You have to your invitations, the dress, the clothes. You have so much. So it's very important. It is literally a major life event to plan ahead for, to have it together, to think about, at least have an idea. You have to create a budget for it, all those good things. You could be someone who could be planning for a new baby. Either a new baby is coming, or we're planning to have a baby. So you have to think about that. You have to think about all of that. Preparing for that, baby's clothing, baby's food, just preparing for the new expense, so to say, because it's going to be a lot more than what you're used to paying because now you have a whole new, human being to care for. So that's something to consider as a major life event as well. I have listed buying a home. That's a big one too. So, for buying a home, you have to think about, first of all, how much the house costs, your down payment, your closing costs. You have to think about your inspections, your appraisals. There's a lot of different costs that come into play with that as well. So, these type of events we really need to plan ahead for, so we're prepared for them. I have another one, starting a business, Woo, woo, woo. So if you're starting a business, this is something to plan for, because planning for it will help it to be more successful. You have more things you can think about. It's expensive to have a business. We think sometimes that we can just have a business, just throw it together and it's just going to, no. Your business is an expense. It is an expense. I speak from experience. Business is an expense. You have a lot of bills with your business depending on what you're doing. When you're starting out, you don't need as many things, you know what I mean? But as you begin to grow, it becomes expensive. So you need to know what you're doing so that you can afford to keep your business going. That's why that's a major life event. And the last one I have is retiring. So we're not going to get too much into that because remember, we're talking about that 1 week this month, One Talk Tuesday. So we have to think about that. That's another major life event, something to plan for. So you have to pick your major life event. So step number 1 is think about the major life event that you are planning for, so you know what to do next. So step number two, now you have to review your financial situation. So there's different aspects of your financial situation that you need to be focusing on. So you need to think about your income. Okay, so what is your income? Is your income the same amount every month or every 2 weeks, however often you get paid? Does your income go up? Does your income go down? Are you able to get overtime? Or do you have income that, sometimes they can say, you know what, we're not going to give you all these hours this week. We're going to give you, instead of 40, we're going to give you 32. You have to think about your income. These are things that are very important. You have to think about, how can I plan? I need to know, what's going on with my money. Am I going to have the same amount? Having the same amount definitely makes it easier for you to plan ahead. If your income is something that fluctuates, that makes it a little bit harder, but you need to review it so you know what's going on and how to prepare. Number 2, your expenses. Number 2, so I'm going down 5 different. So step number 2, which is review your financial situation, but I'm going over 5 of them to review. So we started with income. Next, we're going to go over expenses. So with your expenses, you need to be seeing what are your expenses, what are you responsible for paying every month. So then you can see what money you have left over to pay for other things. So with these expenses, is it something that, you're almost finished with? It could be an expense that you pay monthly. Could it be an expense you pay quarterly? Are you paying it yearly? So, that way you can plan for, which months you'll have more money available because you have less expenses. So it's definitely important to review your expenses. Number 3, your debt. So you got to review your debt because debt is very important. We must pay it. We can't be late. We can't miss payments. We don't want those effects on our credit. No, we don't. So also reviewing that, it allows you to see, if I'm almost finished paying it off. If I know that right now, this is an expense for me, right? But once I finish paying it off, I have more money available because I'm no longer paying that. So you'll have money available to put towards that major life event. If you don't want to use that to pay down like more debt, your next set of debt depends on how you're working your debt elimination plan. But so it's important to know what's going on with your debt. Your savings, that's something we cannot forget. Even though we're planning for a major life event, saving still has to happen. We still have to continue saving. Saving is still important, something to keep going while we're doing other things, because at the end of the day, if something goes down, we need that savings. So don't forget your savings. Investing. We should be investing. If you're not investing, get started. Do not wait until the last minute. If you don't know about investing, learn about investing. Don't stay stuck in a place where, I'm not doing something because I don't know what it is. I don't know how to do it. It's so many places, so many different avenues we can, go to places to learn stuff. Like right now, you're watching this video, you're here to learn. There are people who specifically go and talk about investing, go to different videos, look at different things, try different people. Everybody will have a little something different. You can get a little bit from everyone to get a little understanding. And from looking at different people, then you'll be able to see who you really like, who you feel like is truly knowledgeable, who you can feel like, okay, I need to listen to this person more because they're helpful. So, look into that. Books, YouTube, there's coaches for that. There's classes for that. It's a lot you can do. So look into that. See where you are if you're not investing already. If you are investing, you definitely want to get started. Definitely, 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 because what you want is money that's working for you that you don't have to work for, and it's growing. Over here for your future. For what? Retirement. All right. So after you have reviewed your financial situation, you reviewed all those things, you know what's going on, you know what's coming. It helps you to plan better. So first, we know what we're planning for. Now we know what things might affect our plan and how we're going to move along with it. Then the number 3 is set your financial goal. So what exactly is your goal for your major event? What is the goal? So let's say for what was the first thing I said? For getting married. When is the date? What is the amount that you have set, for your total amount the wedding's going to cost? For the baby, when's the baby coming? Are you going to have help with it? Are you going to have a baby shower? To help with some things. For buying a home, what's the price of the home? How much will you have to put down? How much you have to put aside? How much do you need to have in the bank so they can see that you have it in the bank so they know that you can pay this mortgage after you get it? For the business. When do you want to start the business? What type of business do you want to have? What do you need for this business? So, that's a part of setting your goal. Setting your goal, you need to think about it. Write this stuff down. Write it down. Let's see, for retiring. When am I retiring? When am I retiring? What am I going to need? How much income do I have now? How much income am I going to need in the future? Am I going to have Social Security? How much is my Social Security going to be? If not, how much my Social Security is going to be? Am I going to have a pension to balance it out? Think about these things. These will help you to set your financial goal for your major life event, because you're knowing what the event is. What kind of situation you have going on and your goals. And then the last step, what? Well, second to the last, second to the last, second to the last. Second to the last is creating a budget. Now you know everything. You done figured it all out. Now you have to create the budget, which is your financial plan to get you to your goal. So you create your budget, create that budget. Don't work without a plan. Have your plan. Okay. If you need help creating your plan, I can help you with that. Let me know. I can either work with you or I can create the budget for you. And just since I'm talking about that, let me take a pause for a second. So guess what? Tomorrow is my birthday. So tomorrow I'm having a birthday sale. So I'm turning 38. So for 38 hours, from 7 a.m. till 9 p.m. the next day, I'm going to have all of my done for you services for 38% off. And my 3 services that will be on sale is my create a budget. So I will create a budget for you. So literally, we get on a call, we go over your income, we go over your expenses, we take it from there. I make the budget for you. We hop on another call, I explain it to you and tell you what to do and how to work with this budget. Option number 2 could be you're someone who you have a budget and it's just not doing everything you want it to do. Well, guess what? That's my budget review service, where I will literally review it, go over it, see what's going on, see where you can make improvements. We hop on a call. I explain to you, these are your areas of improvement. Try this. I think this will be beneficial for you. So that's something else. And number 3 is my bill schedule service, which is a service that I do where I will create a 12-month plan for you for every single payday for 12 months. So you never have to wonder, what am I paying this month? What am I paying this week? What am I paying this check? You never have to worry about that. You never have to worry about paying something on time, because I'm going to make sure everything is scheduled on time. You never have to worry about this check I'm paying $1,500 worth of bills. This check I'm paying $500 worth of bills. Nope, I'm going to balance that thing out for you. So what? We can have extra money both checks. So those are my 3 services that will all be 38% off tomorrow. I'll put the link in the caption. I'll put the link in the comments. It's for 38 hours only, and it will never be that price again. So if that's something you were thinking about, definitely go check it out tomorrow. So let me get back to it. See, I got all tracks on my budget. But you need your budget. So that's second to the last. Create your budget. And then your last step is monitor your progress. Don't be the person that creates that budget. You never look back at it. We have to look at it for it to be successful. We have to look at it. We have to see what's going on with it. See if it's working. See where there might be an issue where you need to make adjustments. Did I say I was going to pay $100 on this and then I paid $120? Okay, so now I need to look at where can I find that extra $20 at? Or did I pay something and now I'm finished paying that off? So now I got extra money. So where am I going to put that extra money in my budget to, make it better for me? Am I going to pay more on something else? Am I going to add it to my savings? Am I going to put it towards that major life event? Adding to that column. So that's why it's important. So those were my tips for today. I hope you enjoyed today's chat on planning for major life events. We have, I'll be back next week, 6 p.m. Eastern for Talk Tuesday. I would love for you to have me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Happy budgeting. Happy financial planning month. Make sure you're doing some financial planning this month. Think about these things. And at work, this should be like enrollment time. Start looking into things as soon as they give you the options. Compare them. Find the best one for you. Don't waste money. I should talk about that one. Let me know in the comments if I should go live and talk about that too, because that's beneficial too. That's not necessarily financial planning. However, it is helping you to prepare, because that's a big expense too. So your insurance at work, your dental, vision, medical, the health savings plans and all that stuff. Let me know in the comments if you want me to talk about that also. I can add that to the chat at some point if you guys would like to hear that. And I think that's it. Running this mouth today, huh? I don't want to leave y'all today. Let's see. Was there anything else I want to say before I go? I think that's it. All right. I love you guys. See you guys next week. Same time, same place, 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube for Talk Tuesday. Follow me or subscribe to my page, Enhancing Your Finances. I'm also Enhancing Your Finances on Instagram. Have a great day or great evening. Happy budgeting. See you next week, guys. See you later.